Hello everyone, welcome back to another Art for Kids Sunday. Today we're going to be drawing an elephant, so grab your pencils and paper and let's get started.
Okay, for step one, we're going to be making the head, and let me see, we're going to be coming up from the side, so you just want to make sure that your circle is here in kind of in the middle of the paper. So we're going to have a body that's going to come off the head, and there's not going to be much above the head. The ears are going to come up a little bit above the head, so keep that in mind. But basically, if we just kind of put it in the top half center of your paper, you should be fine. So we're going to make an oval, and let me see. I think about that size is fine. So I was trying to think about how we could describe this shape here. It is an oval, but it's kind of like a squared circle in a way. So it's kind of like a square, but a rounded edge square. So, or an egg maybe, but an egg is usually thinner at one end than the other one. So both of our sides should be equal. So just about like that, I think, is a good size for the head. So that is step one. Let's move on to step two. So step two, we're going to put in the ears, and we're going to come out about right here, I guess. And what we want to do is we want to come like this, and we're probably going to be hanging it down about maybe to there. So you can kind of get an idea of where and how big we want this. You know, elephants have big ears, so we need to make them quite big. So I'm going to come around like this, and maybe like that, and then we're going to come in to like there. I think that's a good shape. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that will be one ear. Let's see if we can do the other one. What we want to do is try to match the shape and the size as best as possible. They don't have to look exactly alike, but if they're similar, that's a good thing. So what I usually do is kind of see the top of this about where I want the top to be, and then the bottom one is about there. So I kind of get an idea. We'll probably come out about right here, and then we'll make the loop like that. So just about like that, I think, is good. And then coming out maybe about here. So what I'm going to do is go up. I'm going to hit that line that I made, and then we're going to come out like that and then back in and connect it. So do those look pretty much even? I think not too bad. Again, like I said, they don't have to be exactly alike. Maybe we need to come out a little bit more. This one looks like it's a little bit fatter. So you can see if I put my eraser here, it's coming out just about to the edge of it, but here it's way short. So maybe about right there. So let's see if we come up again and make it rounded to about there, and then come out and then connect. I think that probably will better match it. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's good. All right, so there's our ears. Now let's add a little bit of details here on the ears. What I'm going to do is kind of bring this over, so we got that little flap that folds over that creates the inside of the ear. I'm just going to have this go like that, and then I'm going to have it connect right there. Okay, and then here on the bottom, you can do about like that. And that's about it for that one. This one over here, we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to have a flap maybe here, maybe like that, and then we'll have it somewhere there. And then here we'll have a little bit of flap right there. All right, and I think that's good enough. So let's move on to step three. Okay, step three, we're going to put in his trunk. So this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to do a little curve there and a curve there. Okay, and then from here we're going to have a curved line that's going to, actually I want that more curved. Maybe like that. And then over here, we're going to have one coming off of there. And then it's going to get smaller and smaller. And then it's going to have like a little curve around like that. I'm going to make that a little bit wider. I think that's good though. All right, and then we're going to have just like little wrinkle marks right there. And then we're going to have a couple like that, which will give it an illusion of it being rounded. And then we're not going to need that center line right there. All right, and then I'm going to just start putting little curved lines here in the middle. So about like that. I think that's good. Okay, so that is step 3 done. Let's move on to step 4. Okay, step 4, we're going to put in his body. So what I'm going to do is have a shoulder coming out about right there, and another one coming out about right, I think this one's a little bit too close. Let me come out a little bit more, maybe like that. And then over here, let me see what that looks like. I think that's good. All right, and then we're going to have his feet come down like this. Maybe we can kind of flare out here at the bottom. And then we're going to have it shoot back up like that. Okay, and let's see if we can do the same thing on this side. All right, maybe have it flare out there at the bottom. Like that, and then maybe like that. I think that's good. Okay, and let's do some toenails. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And we'll do 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, and then let's connect his body right there. And then we're going to have some little tops of his legs come out like this and like that. And then we're going to have a bottom of a foot. I'm just going to make little ovals here. Let's see here. That one might be a little bit big. Shave some of that off there on the edge, and then let's take a look at them and see if they're pretty much the same. Yeah, I think they're good. All right, and then we're going to just put 2 little rounded shapes here in the bottom of his feet, kind of like a little pad under there, and then maybe some little accent marks here. We can simulate some wrinkles. You can imagine an elephant being wrinkly. All right, I think that's good. All right, so let's move on to step 5. Okay, step 5, we're going to put in a little sprig of hair up there. And then we're going to do his eyes. So I just want to get a circle in first to make sure that the eyes are going to be about where I want them. So I'm just going to do kind of an oval there and an oval there. Let me make sure that those are even. I think they are. They look like they're positioned pretty even too. I think that's good. All right, and then what we want to do is we're going to make a little point here at the corner, and then it's going to go back up and connect with that circle, and then we're going to make a little point right there too and go up like that. So kind of like that. Okay, and then let's do his black part right there. Maybe one a little bit bigger. So maybe like that is better. All right, I think that's good. And then let's put a little eyelashes here in the corners. We'll do 3. All right, I think that's good. All right, let's try to do the other eye just like that. So we're going to put a point here in the corner. And we're going to have it go down and then have another point right there and go up. So kind of look like the other one. All right, and then let's do that round part here in the middle. Yeah, I think they're good. All right, and then let's do an eyebrow here and an eyebrow here. And then we'll do one more wrinkle up there and one more wrinkle right there. All right, and I think that is going to do it for our sketch. So let's move into the coloring process next. Okay, so the colors I'll be using, I'll put up on the screen right now, but basically we got a gray, a black, a pink, and a blue. So of course, the main color is going to be gray, and we're going to do the tops of the ears, the bottoms of the ears. You know what, I just noticed over here, I don't have this little piece right there. I think I erased it and didn't put it back in. So the bottom pieces here, the top pieces, not the insides of the ears. The head, the body, the legs, not the bottoms of the feet, and not the toenails. And that's, I mean, pretty much everything, okay? Except the eyes, of course. We're not going to do the eyes gray. All right, so this is the part where I'll probably speed the video up. You guys can pause it if you'd like, color yours, and then pick back up whenever you finish coloring yours. Okay, we're back. We got all the gray done. So I hope that you've went kind of lightly. That's what I usually do, is go kind of lightly over, just in case we wanted to add some shadows or whatever to the drawing. So I think we will go ahead and add a little bit of shadows in. So take about that much, make that darker. And then we're going to have probably a little U shape right here, and this belly is going to be hidden by the two legs coming together right there. And then maybe on this side we'll have a little darker curve shape right there. And that's about it. You could possibly put something under the feet right there. So if the light was coming above, this bottom part right here would probably be shadowed a little bit. All right, I think that's about it. Yeah, we could maybe make the bottoms of the ears here a little bit darker. Maybe about like that. I think that's good enough. Okay, so next color will be our pink. So grab your pink. And we're going to do the insides of the ears right here. And we're going to do the bottoms of the feet and the toenails. So remember, don't push real hard. Kind of give it a light coat. All right, And I made the toenails a little bit darker than I did the other parts of the pink. Maybe we want to do some shadow now. Let's do a curved line all the way up to about right there. About like that. And then we'll do this side basically the same thing, same way. We'll have it come about like there. Yep, I think that's good. All right, let's go ahead and grab your blue now. So we're going to do the very bottoms of the eyes right here. Just about like that. All right, and then the black. So we're going to do the corners here. And that little point, and that little point, and that little point over there. And then probably the eyelashes. All right, and then the inside of the eye. Now, we want to create like a little shiny part, so let's do a circle right there, and let's do one about right there, and just color around that. All right, we got the coloring done. Let's go ahead and work on the outline now. So wherever you have a pencil mark, go ahead and make it a black outline. Alright guys, and that's gonna be it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I think it turned out really cute, and I'd love to see what you guys make. If you post it up on Instagram, you could tag it with Chamel Does Art and Art for Kids Sunday, and I'll be able to take a look at that and comment on it. So with that, I will see you guys next week for another Art for Kids Sunday. Keep practicing, and see you again.